Welcome to this explainer. Right now, we are decoding a massive strategic shift that literally just went down in the Horn of Africa in May 2026. For months, we've been watching this quiet, sort of logistical shadow war playing out behind the scenes. But as of right now, that shadow war is over. It has officially escalated into a direct, open confrontation. We're going to break down exactly how this happened, step by step, using the absolute latest intelligence and forensic data.
To really grasp what's going on, we have to understand the sheer magnitude of today's events. May 5th, 2026 marks the day the situation fundamentally shifted from covert, behind-the-scenes proxy maneuvers to outright, documented confrontation between major state actors. We're absolutely past the point of whispered allegations here. We are now looking at severed diplomatic ties and concrete military tracing.
So, here's our roadmap to trace this escalation. We'll kick things off with the diplomatic rupture, then we'll track the Bahir Dar drone link and the Asosa logistics hub. After that, we'll examine the border crisis in South Sudan, trace the mercenary pipeline, and wrap it all up with a strategic forecast.
Okay, let's jump right into the diplomatic rupture, the major breakdown from May 5th. This is the breaking news that totally shattered the geopolitical status quo today. Sudan just made an unprecedented move. They officially recalled their ambassador to Addis Ababa. Why? They're claiming to have conclusive evidence of UAE and Ethiopian drone strikes, but Ethiopia is vehemently rejecting these claims as totally baseless. In fact, they're counter-accusing the Sudanese Armed Forces, the SAF, of arming Tigray People's Liberation Front mercenaries to run cross-border incursions. It's a complete, total breakdown of relations. Both sides are drawing some very, very firm lines in the sand.
Moving on to the Bahir Dar drone link, tracking the aerial offensive. So what exactly is Sudan pointing to as their so-called conclusive evidence in this standoff? Well, the details are actually highly specific. Sudanese military intelligence alleges that 4 separate, highly sophisticated drone strikes targeted Khartoum International Airport and strategic sites over in Omdurman. And where do they say these originated? They claim they were launched directly from Bahir Dar Airport in northern Ethiopia. Plus, they are explicitly pointing the finger at the United Arab Emirates. They're basing this on a drone that was intercepted back on March 17th, heading for El Obeid. They analyzed the data from it and concluded it was absolutely UAE-supplied and operated hardware, staged right there in Ethiopia.
Next up, Asosa. This is the logistics hub, based on the latest forensic satellite updates.
Now, to move beyond all the political finger-pointing and understand how this military hardware is actually moving on the ground, we've got to look at the physical blue carrier route. The Yale Humanitarian Research Lab pulled together 5 months of satellite data from November 2025 straight through to April 2026. It reveals a very clear 3-step logistical pipeline across the Horn. Step 1, you have blue car carriers leaving the UAE-run port of Berbera in Somaliland. Step 2, these seemingly non-military vehicles arrive at a military base in Asosa, Ethiopia. And Step 3, they are finally deployed to Rapid Support Forces, or RSF units, near Kamuk in Sudan's Blue Nile state.
Let's zoom in on what Yale HRL found at that Step 2 location in Asosa, because it's wild. The imagery confirms that Asosa isn't just some casual transit point. It is an active Ethiopian National Defense Force base that is acting as a literal technical conversion factory. They actually observed standard white and tan civilian pickup trucks being retrofitted with heavy machine gun mounts. And it doesn't stop there. The base has been physically hardened with new fighting positions, specialized hangars, and this really ties back to our earlier point, mobile UAV ground data terminals. So Asosa has basically been transformed into a permanent, highly equipped command center. Which brings us to South Sudan's border crisis, the regional ripple effect. When massive, heavy logistics and proxy forces start moving like this, the borders bleed. Just look at this number, 230,000. That is the staggering human cost to these interconnected conflicts right now. In South Sudan, the government's Operation Enduring Peace Offensive, which just saw the army recapture Walgak from opposition forces, has violently displaced over 230,000 people in northern Jonglei. And because the security situation is just deteriorating so fast, a ton of these desperate civilians are being forced to flee straight across the border into Ethiopia's Gambela region. It's adding a massive humanitarian strain to a theater that was already incredibly volatile.
Let's look at the mercenary pipeline, dealing with economic collapse and recruitment.
Now, this massive human displacement, it's happening against the backdrop of total state economic collapse, which tragically just feeds right back into the Sudanese war machine. The critical metric to understand here is a brutal 70% drop in South Sudan's oil revenue,
With the economy basically cratering, the national army is struggling just to maintain its own cohesion and pay its troops, and that creates a desperate power vacuum. According to the intelligence, UAE-linked brokers are actively exploiting this collapse. They're recruiting these underpaid South Sudanese soldiers to serve as mercenaries. And where are they piping them? Straight into the RSF's western fronts in Sudan. It is just a vicious cycle of economic despair fueling regional warfare.
Finally, Section 6, Strategic Risk and Forecast, mapping out the immediate future. Looking at this vast web of logistics, the border violence, and today's diplomatic rupture, we can summarize our critical reality at a glance. Primary RSF staging spans across multiple Ethiopian hubs and all the way into Somaliland. We've got drone operations actively striking major Sudanese targets. Diplomatic ties are officially broken. And, honestly, perhaps the most alarming thing for the immediate future? The security risk is now classified as critical. Because of those exposed logistics hubs in places like Assosa, there is an incredibly high probability of SAF retaliatory airstrikes directly on Ethiopian border installations in Benishangul Gumuz.
So, with this shadow war now bursting wide open for the whole world to see, we really have to decide where to focus our lens next. I want to leave you with a question for our next Explainer update. Should we analyze the specific technical profiles and payload capacities of these newly deployed drones? Or should we dive much deeper into Ethiopia's allegations regarding the proxy cooperation between the Sudanese Armed Forces and the TPLF? Honestly, both are absolutely critical pieces of this rapidly evolving puzzle.
To dive even deeper into the specific geopolitical intelligence and, find answers to those questions, I am incredibly thrilled to announce the official launch of our brand new website at www.samalel.inc. If you head over there, you can find all the contents from today's explainer, along with tailor-made reports and source documents that you can actually plug straight into your own projects to help shed light on these super complex subjects. And hey, to ensure you never miss an explainer as this whole conflict develops, make sure you are subscribed to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Castro, Podbean, or Audible. Thank you so much for joining me today, and keep your eyes on the Horn of Africa.